Time in YouTube, and welcome back to Theme Deck Corner. Today we are going to be looking at Solar Wing, the deck featuring Solgaleo-GX, the 250 HP Steel-type Pokemon Stage 2, with the Ultra Road ability. Once during your turn, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched. And then you have Sun, Steel, Strike, 2 Steel, 1 Colorless, 230 HP. Discard all energies from this Pokemon. It also has the good old Soul Burst GX, which we've used so many times on the channel, costing you 1 Steel energy, but you get to search your deck for up to 5 energy, does not matter what they are, and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Now, Solgaleo is a very powerful card, but he's not really the most offensive card. Did this deck give us something offensive? Well, we're going to start ourselves off looking at the Fearow with 90 HP colorless Pokemon Stage 1. It has Devastating Wind for 1 colorless energy. Your opponent shuffles their hand back into their deck and draws 3 cards. It also has Slashing Strike, 1 colorless energy as well, which is very good for a 60 attack damage. However, you can't use it on the following turn. Next up is going to be the Spinda, 80 HP colorless Pokemon Basic with Teeter Punch, 1 colorless energy. Is going to do 30 damage, but your opponent's Pokemon is left confused. Next up is the Alolan Dug Trio. We have not looked at this Pokemon yet on the channel. It is a Stage 100 HP Steel-type Pokemon with Tangling Hair. Your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost is 1 colorless more, and it has Dig Under for 3 colorless energy. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. The damage is not affected by weakness or resistance, so you can't hit those fairies for weakness. No. Lastly, our Pokemon is Skarmory, 110 HP, Steel-type Pokemon with Metallic Sound, 2 colorless energy. You get to discard all special energies from each Pokemon. And you have Aerial Ace, 1 Steel, 2 colorless, 60 damage. Flip a coin if heads. This attack does 30 more. So unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot of damage output, barring Solgaleo-GX. But with that being said, you have a ton of opportunities to keep your opponents kind of mitigated. Like, you have the special energy removal, you have the hand mitigation with Fearow, confusion with Spinda, and a little bit of retreat increase with the Trio. So overall, it's alright, I guess. Looking at our trainer cards, we have the Energy Retrieval, put 2 basic energies from your discard pile back in your hand. We have the Energy Switch, move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another. We have 2 nest balls actually. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto your bench. We have the Pokeball, flip a coin, if heads, search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. We have 2 potions, heal 30 damage. We've got 2 timer balls, flip 2 coins. For each heads, you get to grab an evolution Pokemon from your deck. We have 2 Ilima, each player shuffles their hand back into their deck, flips a coin, and then draws cards either 6 for heads or 3 for tails. We have 2 Lily, draw cards until you have 6 in your hand. If it's your first turn, you can draw up to 8. We have 1 N, each player shuffles their hand back into their deck, then draws cards equal to their remaining prize cards. We have 2 Sycamore, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. We have 2 Shauna, shuffle your hand back into your deck and draw 5. And our tool card for the deck is going to be the Poison Barb. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is damaged by an opponent's attack, even if it's affected by knockout, the attacking Pokemon is now poisoned. Our energies consist of 2 double colorless energy, which is pretty cool, and then we have 16 steel energy. So we have 18 energy total, 22 trainers, 20 Pokemon. Can this thing get a win? Guys, remember, we do not have our candy in this deck, so it's going to be a little bit harder to get to that Solgaleo. And again, there's no real damage to keep ourselves out of harm while we're trying to set that up. So hopefully we can kind of mitigate ourselves and get ourselves into a position where Solgaleo can just kind of tank everything. But we're going to see that in 2 fantastic games on TCG Online. Alright guys, our first match is against Bask? I mispronounced that a little bit, I guarantee you. But they are going to get the coin toss here. We're going to see if we can go first or second based on their flip. They've got that beautiful Lucario coin, and we are going to win the coin toss. So we are going to go, yes, we want to go first here. We do need to get those good old Cosmogs down ASAP, but all we have is a Spearow. Not a very strong start, but you never know. You never know what we could get. We have no additional Pokemon, so we can't go too much there. We see we're playing against a water deck with Birch, so could be something cool. We're not playing anything over the top, so hopefully Hopefully my opponent's not playing anything over the top either. But my opponent did get their Pokemon. Maybe it's a Lapras GX. Maybe we're going to be completely sunk in like a turn or two. We're definitely going to grab that additional card. And it's going to be an Alolan deck trio. My opponent actually starts off with a Shaman, so not exactly the best start for them. If they're Grass type, this attack does 30 more. Well, it's not going to do us any good there. I'm actually going to opt to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just want a full brand new hand. My hand is terrible. Not much better. I will admit, not much better. We're going to have problems here, but we can Ilima, which can potentially reduce my opponent's hand down to 3 early, or we're going to just get completely bodied. We're going to see it's the Regice, we're going to see a Dive Ball. My opponent's not in the worst shape having a Shaman in the front, but it's not obviously the best shape. We're going to see it's a Palkia, so some sort of run into Palkia. It could be Lapras, could easily be Primarina or some other one. But it is Water Box of some sort. They have a retreat cost down now for Shaman, so Shaman can get out of there. We see the Sycamore. We saw him ditch a VS Seeker. It's going to be a Trainer's Mail. The problem with these decks is they're not really competitive. Like, if I'm going up against something like a major competitive, I'm going to get completely and utterly crushed. But we do get the Fearow, which means I don't have to go for Ilima. I could go straight for an N and still Devastating Wind, because Devastating Wind is more what I want to do. So we are going to get Cosmog, which is good. I want to get that Poison Barb up onto that Fearow. And I can't drop a double colorless down. So we can go for this Devastating Wind. I care more about your hand versus anything else. So down to 3 cards he is on turn 2, which isn't bad. Well, 4 cards because of the draw. He could easily get some stuff going here, but it's something that I'm trying to at least keep him mitigated. Keep him mitigated a little bit. He does have to ditch a Regice, which is great. We're going to see the Dive Ball, which is going to get him a Manaphy, which means he has free retreat as long as they have water energy on them. And now that Palkia can easily come in and hit me. We're going to see another Dive Ball. He will only have 1 card left, but if it's a supporter, we're in trouble. He does grab that Articuno. Definitely trying to grab his hand as best he can. Does he have a supporter in hand? It does not look like it. He did have everything he could potentially want. We're going to just go into Cosmom here. And we're going to hit that Slashing Strike, because I can't let him get more cards. And unfortunately we have no Lysander or anything like that, so we cannot actually pull up. Here comes that Palkia. Definitely going to go for that Aqua Turbo. It will get poisoned. It had the VS Seeker the whole time. Actually, it could have been a Water Energy. Sorry, my throat is a little sore. I should have some water right now, but I didn't bring any in here. My Fearow is trying to mitigate as best he can, but he just cannot compete with the card draw. Like the Dive Balls and the Shamans and the Sycamores. You just can't. You just cannot keep up with it at all. But if we can get a Solgaleo out, we might have some chance. I doubt it. I doubt it, guys. We're not getting anything that really has benefited us in this matchup. We're currently able to no damage because, well, Devastating Strike. Our Slashing Strike has already been used, so I have to go for a Devastating Wind, and my opponent is pretty much in a position where he can just back and forth do it all the time. So we're going to see he just drops another Palkia. This might just be a straight up Water Box, no anything else. He's going to return 3 Water Energy back to their deck. And he goes for the Aqua Turbo to set up some more Pokemon. He has to get poisoned here. Drops it down onto that Palkia in the back. And we're going to see the one in the lead does get poisoned. So we will need to switch it out. We are going to just Potion. I could drop a Steel Energy down on a Cosmog, and sadly, I can't do anything. Well, devastating win. He'll get an additional card, but I just want something to do. I'll be honest with you. I just want something to do. Not a great play. I admit that. And that Shaman can never get knocked out now because he is out of range. Just drops the Fighting Fury Meltdown. Does go for Professor Birch. Getting him that good old card draw. I literally probably just gave him everything he needed to win this match. Gets a Rough Seas. Heals off that damage I've done. We have no Stadium in this deck, so we cannot do damage. Yeah, unless I get Solgaleo right now, I'm in trouble. Because there's nothing I can do. This guy's set up a little bit too fast for me. Damage is increased. We're taking 50. So kind of thankful we hit that potion. Because again, we're not in a position where we can do much. But that Pulky in the back is fully set up for 120 HP. Or damage, I mean. We do get a Spinda. So we can drop the Double Colorless Energy down on you. We can go for a nice potion on you. We can go for a nice retreat into the Spinda. We can go for an energy retrieval. Can't play it because I've already played an energy this turn, but that's fine. And we're going to go for a confusion, which will put a little bit of damage on him. A little bit of damage. Not much, but just a little. The poison's actually starting to mitigate up a bit. We're got 20 damage onto this guy. He's just going to hard switch, which is making sense. He has the Pearl Hurricane. We can go into the Fearow next. Go in for, I don't know. We're going to get the Lysander. He's pulling up our Cosmog, which is our only aspect of winning anyway, so he's going to take it out before it becomes a Solgaleo. And sadly, there's not much I can do at this point. I have a Steel Energy back. He has no reason to end or anything like that. He knows exactly what card I have in my backhand. And I don't have the support really to get moving in this deck. So sadly the Cosmog is going to go down. Actually, my Fearow might be going down soon too. We are going to go into that Fearow. Because it doesn't matter at this point if I switch or not. I can just drop an energy down here. I'm going to go for a Devastating Slash. I need to hit 3 of these. I have no more turns with Fearow. No more. No. My opponent has this easily, because he can just knock out my Fearow right now, which is my higher attacking damage, and then my Spinda is going to come up, and the other one can just come in, because, you know, free retreat and all. So, sadly, not going to do too much in this match. Pulky's kind of just ate me alive. Ate me alive completely. And I've not drawn enough straw supporters to really get me back into the game. The Birch has definitely been a huge thing for him, because he's just drawn lots of cards. He may have failed there, but 4 is better than what I could have done with the Devastating Winds. Pearl Hurricane is going to hit my Spinda as well, so my good old Fearow is going to go down. He's going to draw an additional prize, and up comes my Spinda. Now, he's not worried about the poison, because, well, he can just switch. So all I can do is Teeter Punch, hit him for 30. He's going to take 10. He's confused, but he can switch. It's not really a big deal. He does just switch. And my opponent is very respectful. He just says, well played. And, yeah. We had a bit of a skunk match. But that's theme decks. That happens when you go into these matches on standard and hope to win with a theme deck. But, yeah. Either way, we're going to see if we can come back, get another match in here. I don't see the damage output now that we're playing it. Like, don't get me wrong, I know we didn't get any Diglets, we didn't get Solgaleo or anything like that. But I told you guys getting stage 2s in a theme deck prior was very, very difficult. And this is still proving that point, even with Timer Ball. But let's get into match number 2 to see just how dreadful we can do. Match number 2 is here, and we're going up against Keyhane playing a Water Psychic deck. Here's hoping we can get some card draw, because last game was just not fun. But we are going to win this coin toss, which is great. If we can get Cosmog, we can get potential, like, turn 3. We start with a Spinda. Welp. That's all I gotta say. Welp. Like, we keep getting the Lily, which is great. But I have no additional cards I can play. We're going up against Lapras this time, guys. Drop a Steel Energy. Can we go for a Pokeball? Can we? Can we? Can we? Yeah, we get a Pokeball. I want to get this guy. Get him on the field. We can go for a Lily. This will draw us 4 additional cards. We can get an Alolan Diglett down, which is great. And we don't need to get 2 of these good old beasts. We have 1 already, so we potentially can get into our Solgaleo this game. I am not retreating. My opponent is going to get the Collect off. My opponent does need a couple turns to set up this Lapras, which is kind of good. Crushing Hammer is not going to be very nice, but it doesn't go off anyway, so we're okay. My opponent can easily just go for a Collect. But I probably will be going... Ooh, Team Flare Grunt, you want that energy gone. You want that energy gone. We're going to see a Collect go off. My opponent's going to grab 3 energy... Or 3 cards. Why am I talking about energy? We got double Olima on the field. Can we get... No, we failed twice on that. That's terrible, actually. That's really bad. I'm going to Olima. All that energy, all those cards that he potentially drew, he's going to potentially get nothing now. So we are going to draw 6. My opponent is only going to draw 3. Whew! This is good. This is better. We can get another Pokemon. We can grab our Skarmory in case he does run Special Energy. We have a potential to do some damage here. We're going to get 30 damage down onto the table, and my opponent's going to be confused. So if he wants to go for that Collect now and get some cards, he's got to take some damage, potentially. Drops the Water Energy down onto the Lapras, which is foreseeable. Sees the Sycamore, and has to ditch 2 VS Seekers. That's a good draw for us. And we get the victory! Oh man, card draw, all that kind of stuff. We didn't win it by power. We run it by mitigation, guys. We forced our opponent to do nothing. It was fantastic. We got lucky. I'm going to go into game number 3. That one really doesn't count because it wasn't fair to my opponent. He just got a bad draw and everything just worked in our favor. But we're going to see if we can win at least a game on our own in game number 3. Alright guys, we are back for game number 3 and we're going up against VVG6. Playing some sort of dragon deck, so I can only assume that this thing is going to destroy our faces. We're going to win the coin toss though, so we can go first, which is absolutely fantastic. We're going to get Cosmog up. We got 2 Cosmogs, which is kind of cool, but no energy. We can drop a few cards, which is nice. I can save the Sycamore. I can use Lily right away. Depending on what my other card will be, I can potentially play it as well. And my opponent has Giratina. So we're going to drop a Steel Energy down, Poison Barb, and we're going to go for a Lily turn 1. Ooh, we got some good stuff here. We're going to get that Alolan Diglett down, force him to have a high retreat. I'm going to hold off on the Timer Ball, though. This is going to be the turn. He does need a few turns to actually set up, and if we can get that Giratina out of there quickly, it'll be fantastic. We're going to see the Ultra Ball come through. My voice is going away. We're going to see Ditch to VS Seeker and a Parallel City, knowing that the Parallel City probably isn't going to hinder me too much, considering, well, it's a theme deck. It doesn't hurt me that badly. But we do have Potion and stuff like that. My opponent just needs a way to mitigate our hand. We're going to see a Shaman. Because right now, I'm liking my hand. I can drop some evolutions, potentially heal any damage that's coming my way. He drops just a straight up Dark Energy down onto the Giratina. We're going to see a Shaman get some 3 additional cards, and he just passes the turn. Not really in fear of me anyway, which is fine. I can evolve the one in the back safely. He'd have to waste a Lysander to actually take out my Cosmog, which is great. I will Timer Ball if this fails. I'll just... Ooh, we got a success! So we can go for our Solgaleo right now. Next turn, I'll be able to evolve it, unless my opponent ends, and then it'll just be poop. Then it'll just be poop. But we're going to go for a nice Dust Gathering. We'll grab 1 additional card, and then it'll be a Fearow. Not really important to us in this current matchup. But my opponent needs 4 energy to retreat out, has 2 dark energy, and is going in for this. We grab 2 Solgaleos, so that poor timer ball did not do too much for us. I would like to switch. I don't need these 2 anymore. I'm actually just gonna save. Well, I can easily get another Solgaleo going, so why not keep it? Because we don't get any Pokemon when we do! I'm gonna actually energy switch. I'm gonna take out this Giratina now. That might remove all my energy, but I'm gonna be able to immediately eliminate it. We're gonna go in with Solgaleo. Solgaleo can go in for that Sun Steel Strike, sorry. I do have to discard all my energy, but I'm taking out Giratina before it gets a chance to set up on me. Yes, we have to discard all our energies, but we have energies to boot! We got 2 of them back, baby! There's our Shaman. He's up in the front line. I can just easily now hope to set up for a second turn. He's got dark energy on that Shaman. I don't know what my opponent's got in terms of cards, but I got no abilities. Okay, so no abilities this turn. He can retreat. Not anymore. We can go for a Nest Ball, get another Pokemon out here. We can grab a Skarmory in case he has those good old special energies. We can drop a Steel Energy down. I kind of want to get those good old card energies back into my hand, or into the deck. I got double colorless energy back there though. Pokeball, let's see if I can get a Cosmom, and I can. And here it is. We could potentially get a second Solgaleo next turn, so I might just hold off. But I did give him a better hand. I gotta be careful on that. No ability, nothing like that. Why not? Let's get this going. We're gonna drop a double colorless energy down on. I need 3, 4, 5, right? But I can drop a steel energy down on you, so I only need 1 energy on the main, and then 3 on the back. So 1 on the main, 3 on the back. Now I've used my GX attack for the turn, or for this game, but I have set myself up into a good position. Hopefully Solgaleo can come through. We're going to see a Dratini in the front line. My opponent does have that second energy for him to actually Sky Return, which is good, but my opponent does not want to do it because I do have energy in the back. We're going to see that Giratina hits the deck one more time, getting those dark energies and all that back. We're going to see a Professor's Letter. This will net him 2 more dark energies. I don't know why you're running dark. I haven't seen the reason for dark yet. We're going to see that Ultra Ball. Could it be a Darkrai that's coming out onto the field? Could quite well be. And you had to ditch 2 more dark energies. You got a lot of dark energies, my friend. Well, those were the 2 I know that he drew from the good old... what should we call it? Professor's Letter. But he is going to drop a Hoopa. He'll be able to get himself going here with some sort of draw into his EXs. Potentially we'll finally see the good old Darkrai's that are going to come out. But we are set up. I can handle these things. Kind of. Sort of. Maybe. We're going to see Darkrai, Giratina. Darkrai comes out onto the field. So that field of his is very scary. He has dropped the Dark Energy already onto the Shaman. So he is just going to hit that Sky Return. Does 30 damage to me. He has to bring up someone. And someone's going to take a hit here. I'm going to get rid of this Darkrai now. Potentially get a Pokeball off. No Pokeball today. We are going to drop a Steel Energy down. We are going to go for that good old Sun Steel Strike. And this will eliminate a Darkrai from my opponent's side of the field. So there it goes. We get 2 more prizes. I know that Solgaleo is in the deck. We did not discard it. So prizing for it will not do too much. But we get an Alima, which can help us out a little bit. Goes into that Dratini. drops a dark energy down onto drops a dark energy onto Dratini. Should have done that prior, because well, there's not much I could have done. He's actually not setting up properly. Does go for a Parallel City, so I can't play my Spinda now. Does drop a Shaman, which will let him get a few cards extra. But he hasn't shown any real power in this deck. Like, I don't know what the Dratini's for. Fighting Fury Belt down onto the good old Darkrai, but I still can one-shot that with a Sunsteel Strike. It's just a matter of actually drawing into it now. We're going to see an end, which is absolutely horrendous for me because I'll only draw 2 cards. 2 cards. End's going to go off. He's going to draw 6. I'm going to draw 2. 2. It's going to be a Sycamore, which is absolutely fantastic. He can go for the Dragon Switch now, which is exactly what he wants. Drops that Floatstone onto the Hoopa. Goes for an Ultra Ball here. Ditch in a Floatstone and a Dark Energy. During your next turn, you may attach any number of energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon. So that's Dragon Wish. Cool. He needs cards to do that. He sees the Dragonite cannot evolve this turn. I have no way of getting rid of that card, so unfortunately we will see it. He is going for that Dragon's Wish, which is a neat feature. Can't play the Diglett. We're just going to go for the Sycamore, hoping to get that Solgaleo. No Solgaleo. No Solgaleo. We have no, Gonna drop down a Steel Energy onto our good old Skarmory, and I'm actually going to Ultra Road into the Skarmory. This way, both of my Solgaleos can technically be safe. I can try and start setting one up, but I am gonna go for an Aerial Ace. I fail, so I could have knocked it out, making that Dragonite of his kind of useless. But sadly, it did not be the case. I could not take it out. But my Skarmory is up here, able to do something. We're going to see a Double Dragon Energy hit the Giratina, a Dark Energy hit the Darkrai, so he's getting some cards down. Darkrai still needs one more Dark Energy. He only has a Dragonite left in hand, and I'm aware of that. He cannot use Dragon's Wit. Like, he can use it, but he will go down. He is just going to go for it. The Dragonair is going to go down here. We're just going to get a Spinda. I'm going to start up setting up this guy. I do not need to go for a hand mitigation because I do know what card he has. If he draws something else, that's when I can go for the mitigation with the Lima. I'm just going to take out this Dragonair. It's not going to be a big deal. And we're going to be 1 prize away from winning this matchup, which is really surprising. We're going to get Steel Energy. We need 1 more turn to set up the Solgaleo. He just drops up the Hoopa, which is a good play, all in all, which is a fantastic way of doing it. I do not want him to get my Cosmom, because if he can manage to get that, that would be very scary. He does have the Dragon's Wish, so he can drop those Dark Energies down any way he feels like it. He needs 1 more energy for Giratina, and he is just going to go right into the Darkrai. I need Solgaleo to come up right now. I need Solgaleo. It's a 1 in 20 shot, but I know it's there. I can go into mine right now. There's no way I can get in another energy. We got the Solgaleo, baby! We're gonna take this game! Yes! We're gonna Ultra Road into that Solgaleo, and we are going to claim victory over Darkrai Giratina with a theme deck, guys! Oh man, we're taking this home! We are taking this home! Solgaleo proving that he does not need anyone else to attack for him. He has a strong attack on his own, and he can clean up shop any way he wants it. Oh, love that. Oh, I know my opponent had a terrible start, guys. I know that. Because all he had really was the Giratina to start. We did take it out early, and he had the Shaman. He tried coming back, though. He got those energy drops on the Darkrai. He got the Giratina almost set up, but it was too late. Solgaleo was already fully set up, and baby, we took the win. That was 3 games for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys are brand new here, please hit that subscribe button because I'm producing content for you regularly. And you guys want to see the Lunala battles in the next video because we are finally bringing Lunala to the channel. I know it's not in the deck profile, but it'll be for theme deck format, and you guys hopefully will enjoy it. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Time out.